How's it going, guys? My name's Parallax Abstraction, and welcome back to Retro Flashback Plays StarTopia. So, first episode, I did my little intro, and we went through the tutorials. So, if you want to see the basics of how this game is played, I would recommend going back and checking that out. But otherwise, we are going to dive into the first mission here, the Grulian Workers' Party, and this is going to be good, because this is when you guys are going to get introduced to the amazing, sarcastic British narrator in this game, who is just... oh god, he's good. He's not even really a narrator, he's just the guy who directs you. So we got a couple of things to start off here, as you can see.
This glistening before you like a jewel is the Grulian way station. I welcome you to it. Permit me to introduce myself. I am Val, a virtual artificial life form. It is my task, and possibly my pleasure, to assist you during your time at this way station.
How you doing, Val? You're gonna like this guy, trust me. I think he's awesome.
The mission assigned to you, if I may be so bold, is as follows. Your employers, the Grulian Workers' Party, require you to turn this way station into somewhere the asteroid miners can relax between their arduous shifts. I shall be on hand to aid you, of course, and I wish you luck, speed, and freedom from stupidity.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. Just cheerio there, mate.
Nothing will enter or exit the way station without a docking portal. You must build one with the hard plan crate provided. 2 crates containing scuzzer droids have also been provided to aid you in this task. When you completed it, vessels will be able to connect with the station, and cargoes of goods or people can arrive or leave. It's vital, so you should start its construction immediately. Immediately, I said.
Yes, we need cargoes of good and or people. So, as you can see here...
Your objective is to build a docking portal. Use the hard plan crate provided. I look forward to your construction with great eagerness.
Oh, he's so dry and smarmy, it's great. Alright, so, here we go. So we're gonna... damn it! Right-click. Parallax. Jeebus. Scuzzers! Alright, so we got our scuzzers here to build stuff, so we need to... right-click. Okay. So, here we go. So we're going to build the docking portal, which will get us in here. So, as I said before, we did do the tutorials, but there is still some tutorializing that goes on in these main missions, basically because you're going to have guys... you're going to have your Val guy explaining sort of a lot of what the structures and stuff do. So there's going to be a decent amount of that going forward. But it's great because Val is just he's a wondrous guy, he is. Alright, so we're going to get this built up here.
All species need to rest sometimes. It's a universal truth. So I suggest you build a berth containing at least 5 sleeping pods. You'll need to use the hard plan crate provided. There will be no sleep until you've done it.
Such a smarmy douchebag. Hey, look, I clicked the right button this time. Holy jeez, imagine that, yeah? Alright, so, we went through this in the tutorial a little bit, so we need 5 sleeping pods. Plus a door, of course. So we're gonna do that. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And actually, we're gonna need to stretch this out a little bit more. Shoot. Actually, you know what? We kind of don't have an ideal position here, so let's do this instead. Let's get the hard plan over here. Alright. Because you need to, as I recall, you do need to leave some space in between the slumber pods for them to have people able to get into them. Or maybe not. So as you can see, there's an arrow there. This is one thing they actually don't go over in the tutorial. You actually need... the arrow indicates basically the direction that guys will get into it. So if you don't have structures built facing the right way to accommodate that arrow, people may not be able to get into them, which makes it kind of a moot point, obviously. So Go, little scuzzer dudes. As you can see here as well, the game auto-saves on a frequent basis. It's kind of... Every time it does, it pops that message up, which is kind of a pain, but auto-saves are important in this game.
These units sanitize, refresh, and clean anyone entering them. Some races are cleaner than others, but at least with a Lavatron, you're giving them the option to divest themselves of all the germs, goo, and unhygienic horridness that they may be caked in. Again, you'll need to use the hardplan crate.
Lavatron, yep, a space porta-john. Which are really, really big, actually. Now, because you're going to have people sleeping in this thing, it is generally a good idea to put your Lavatron near to where the guys are going to be sleeping, so... Your visitors are bored. Yeah, well, you know what, guys? You guys just arrived, so you can hold on a minute until I get you, until I get your friggin' toilet built, yeah? Uh-huh. Alright, there we go.
Seem to be going well. My fears that you'd be a disaster appear unfounded.
Gee, thanks, Val.
Setoi imploded a while ago when its supervisor unprimed the flux discharge tunnels, and the static megaburst instantly turned the place back into star stuff. No, don't worry. Design of that place was nothing like this. Now to business. You must construct a dynamat using the hardplan crate. This will feed the population. At least until it gets much larger.
Yeah, you gotta watch the flux discharge and them static mega burp. What? I don't know. Alright, so. There's the dynamat. Again, well, okay. I don't have stuff really ideally placed here, but... It's generally good to keep stuff related to, like, sleeping and crapping and feeding and stuff relatively near each other, because that allows you to, you know, ensure that people don't have to move very much to get there. So, again, efficiency. Like most city building games or anything like that, this is all about efficiency, right? So that's what this is about. And as you can see, I've been beaming my scuzzers, back and forth between their construction jobs, which just saves them having to waddle over there, which means things get built faster.
As I have to say are you. However, you don't need recharging, and they do. A droid recharger is your construction task. Unless you are denser than an embryonic anti-quasar, you'll know by now that you'll need a hardplan crate to do this.
Embryonic anti-quasar? Oh, the dry humor is so good. So as you can see, there's a lot to manage in this game. You gotta keep your people fed, you gotta keep your people in shower and toilets, you gotta keep them slept, and you even have to babysit your droids to a certain degree. There's a lot to it.
Although you're not like my old supervisor, Senopus Varg, who once ran 4 vacuum mines while suffering from bastic flu.
Bastic flu?
Anyway, all I ask is you wait until 10 miners arrive at the dock. It won't be long if my instincts prove correct. Congratulations, your progress is certainly impressive. An impartial observer might comment that you had the luck of the roulette playing Decapus of Axis Prime.
Oh, thank you? So as you can see here, energy's coming in now because guys are buying food, and I think they might even have to pay to use the this thing.
Aptitude is a blessing, so it's time to open a new segment. This will give you a new area in which to expand. You may congratulate yourself, but not for long. There is much to do. You are aware of how the hardplan crates operate, and you'll need this knowledge to construct a wealth of new units. If I wasn't so cynical, I'd be quite excited at the prospect.
Oh, you're like a more Jeevesian version of Total Biscuit. Alright, so we got a new segment going here.
A recycling plant is urgently required. Efficiency is everything in space. By recycling, you'll convert waste, almost any waste, back into energy. 4 salt hogs are required to work the recycling plant, but more of that later. Your first task is to build it in a useful position.
So you'll see here that people have actually been dropping garbage and crap. People are friggin' litter bugs in this area. I mean, you can see it's pretty gross. New segments are pretty gross, things like that. And your scuzzer droids will actually pick that stuff up, but you also have to, if you build a recycling plant, you basically get to turn garbage into energy, which you get to turn garbage to cash. If only the real world worked that way, am I right? So that would be pretty handy. So That's what we're going to do here. We're going to have them build that. And eventually you do need to buy a lot more Scuzzer droids just to keep up with the picking up the garbage. Because people will get cranky if there's too much garbage around. So eventually you'll actually have to build a lot of Scuzzers and stuff just to keep up with that. Forget maintaining everything else and things like that. It gets pretty dense at certain points. Digsy Governor Bodge. Digsy Governor Bodge. Yes, yes. Pip, pip. And I just thought I'd take a look at that. As you can see here, some of these guys have little demands and things that worry them in that, where you'll see the little pop-up sort of sim style over their heads.
The recycling plant is built, but as I said, you need 4 salt hogs to operate it. Hire them using the hire menu. Remember that although it pays to get the best, it also costs. I must write that down. It's a useful saying.
Yes. So, as you can see, certain structures need certain types of employees, right? So, salt hogs, that's what these guys are. He's kind of cute. So, you want to see here, so skill, loyalty. So, the guys that you hire will often cost more, but the higher the skill, the better they are at their job. So, it has higher initial investment, but it could be to your benefit later because if, you know, this guy has very strong loyalty, so let's bring him in. So it may cost you a lot up front, but good employees will ultimately generate more than they cost, but you've got to be, you've got to weigh your immediate cost with what you think you can get as a return, right? So you got to be careful about that. Like, that guy has high loyalty, but he's useless at his job. This guy's got good dedication and skill, but he's probably going to flip on me, so we don't really want that. This guy is a total noob and useless, so this guy is also that. At this point, really, it's not that important, so let's just go with that as number 4. So there we go, we got our 4 salt hogs, so they're going to run this thing and keep it going.
Supervisor, why not help your Scuzzer droids by beaming up rubbish and junk and dropping it directly into the recycler? Or is such a menial task below you?
It is, but okay. So as you can see, you can help the Scuzzer droids. Whoops. Oh yes, you can't beam up space rats. So as you can see, the Scuzzer droids will pick up garbage, but much like picking up and transporting your Scuzzer droids around to have them be more efficient, you can also help them out by picking up garbage and dumping it into the recycler. You'll see me doing this a lot later on, because if you don't want to hire 7 million Scuzzer droids at the cost of like 1 trillion energy, you kind of always have to help them. When you don't have downtime building other structures or whatever, you really do have to kind of assist in trash collection. That was one thing I didn't like about the game back in the day, is I feel it makes you do that a little bit too much. And the trash collection aspect, I was like, it's good to help out, but it kind of made it a requirement. And I'm like, this is just menial, like, free-to-play iPad game style clicking for the sake of clicking, which I was never big on.
Who are you? I am familiar with all the way station supervisors from
Here's the trader.
Worlds through the 6 voids right out to the Chaldean black hole. You must be new. In which case, I am a Ronadar, most respected of the free traders. Delighted to meet you.
Pleasure.
Anyway, I'm in this sector offloading some late vintage mucus wine. And as I have a couple of Scuzzer droids I don't require, I thought I should give you first refusal. You'd be getting a bargain if you took them.
This guy sounds really nice, but he's a scummy trader, to put it mildly. He's kind of funny. There we go. So I don't know why I keep getting that rapid selection noise every time I trade. It's a weird glitch. But now we got a couple of other Scuzzer droids, which is always nice. You'll be hearing from that trader a lot. He sounds like a sweetheart, but he is a shrewd mofo, let me tell you what. But we'll run into him more as we get on here. So we have more Scuzzer droids, which means faster construction, and we will have some more.
Supervisor, why not help your Scuzzer droids by beaming up rubbish and junk and dropping it directly into the recycler? Or is such a menial?
Shut up.
Supervisor, I must demand your immediate attention. Some technology crates have arrived, and I insist that you open them without further delay.
Prezzies.
Today reminds me of the Grulian Festival of Grimbus, when a random selection of gifts and low-grade toxins are handed to the youngsters, who either squeal with delight or choke as their ventricles are temporarily paralyzed.
That sounds like a hell of a Christmas time. Alright. So here's some more hard crates. Looks like another berth, another dynamat, and another Pissatron. Lavatron.
You are busy, and therefore it gives me pleasure to interrupt you, Supervisor. 3 tasks
this
await
guy.
your attention. You must construct another dynamat, a lavatron, and a berth. Your population is increasing, and if you neglect these tasks, you could face a mob of hungry, smelly, tired customers. And I wouldn't wish that on you, frankly.
So, as you can see, we're expanding, so it is time to build. So, we've already got these things in inventory, so we're gonna... time to birth this sucker out. Okay, and we'll drop a door in over here. Menu's in the way. There we go. So that's a fairly decent number of things right there. And we need to build another dynamat, which we'll put down here. Just keep it out of the way of the other one a little bit. And another Weotron, which we'll put here. Get to it, Scuzzers. I'm not going to bother picking them up since they're already kind of in that area already. Yoink. As you can see, stuff can get built pretty dang fast when you got more than one on the task. Now, the only thing I don't remember is what happens if you... Okay, so yeah, there's the Scuzzers with his energy meter and stuff. I think if they run out of energy, they just die, and like you can pick them up and drop them in a charger, but if you don't, they kind of just sit there.
The salt hogs you previously hired are good workers, and in line with your current expansion. It might be an excellent idea to bring the total number of salt hog employees up to 6. Use your skill, judgment, and instinct to pick those that won't let you down.
Yeah, I think you can do that. You can actually overstaff facilities.
I've seen supervisors come and go, but you look like you were doing well here. I remember old Migby Pariah. He looked like a 2D laser copy of himself when that bile worm eventually crawled out. Serves him right, I suppose. Listen, you don't want to buy it. No, I can see you're not into that.
What?
And the stuff I have is shockingly strong.
Hardcore pornography.
Shouldn't have mentioned it.
Huh. Alright, well, let's get ourselves some more salt hogs. Wow, you suck. As do you. And you. Jeez, I got some low-rent salt hogs up in here. Okay, you're heading out, I guess. Yeah, I think you can either overstaff facilities, or by bringing in more employees, I think you can actually... Oh, he's already working for me. I think by bringing in more employees, you just keep the facility... The facility either runs at a higher efficiency level, or you keep it running longer. Something along those lines. We don't appear to have a lot of great selections here, so I think we might just have to pick a couple. This is an early mission anyway, so the level of the employees doesn't frankly matter all that much. So let's just do you two.
It seems that you're either a competent supervisor or you're lucky.
Probably the
Either
latter.
way, your station is a success, and you will not now suffer the fate of one supervisor many years ago. His name, I recall, was Migby Pariah. What happened to him? Oh, he had a bile worm implanted in his central eye. When it finally crawled out of his toe, it was 9 meters long. The Grulian culture can be cruel, but it's also rather beautiful, don't you agree? By the way, make sure all your visitors have adequate facilities.
Well, okay.
It would
Now
be
you're
wise
making
to
me...
make sure there are enough facilities to service those aboard, Supervisor. Keep a close eye on your facilities, and build more if you see they're being overused.
Yeah, I have, now I'm just thinking about 9-meter bile worms. Looks like the Lavatron's being overused, so let's give you guys another one of these. Yo, Scuzzer fools. Get to it. There's the Dynamats. Yeah, they're kind of alright, I guess. The berths actually look pretty, pretty busy. Let's drop in a couple more pods, I guess. And actually, it looks like I built this big enough that I can drop in some more. Because I think even the, you actually make money from people using these, if I recall. So even having people sleep in your station generates money. Capitalism rules! This, I think, may be too much, but we'll see.
Excuse my interruption, but I have new orders from the Grulian Workers' Party Secretary. You are to expand the way station into a communications relay post. I assure the GWP that you're capable of this. I hope this faith in you is not misplaced. Otherwise, we'll both be visiting the labor exchange on Prodar 6.
Well, we wouldn't want that. Doesn't sound like the happiest
great
place.
travelers have also been granted access to the station. How delightful.
You sound... What's your problem with grays there, bud? You sound a little, gracist, if you will. That was a little funny, wasn't it? Come on. Oh, I guess this facility needed some repairs. The Scuzzers were hanging out over there. I'm trying to remember what this oil thing is. Oh, yes. That's just general state of repair, I guess. Yes, that's right. You can also, as you can see here, change the priorities of what your Scuzzers do, which is kind of handy at times.
A number of TARG communication experts to your station. Whilst members of the TARG make good workers, don't be fooled by their insectile nature. The TARG are a proud race. They would say haughty and aloof. The rest of us say miserable. Your task is to keep your TARG employees happy. Keeping employees content is an unwelcome but necessary part of every supervisor's role.
Yeah, unwelcome.
Who knows? One day you may even make me happy.
I would dare say that's impossible, but we shall see about that. So keep the TARG employees happy. Well,
you cannot beam that up.
Sorry, I didn't want to do that. Guys look like some kind of anime mecha thing. So keeping the TARG employees happy... Oh,
Two hard-plan crates have been provided. From these you may build 2 comm sensors. After all, if you want to expand, you must communicate with the outside universe. That's an old Grulian cliché, if you must know.
But I hate people. Do I have to talk to people? We're basically building space internet, and have you seen the internet? I don't know if I want that. Alright, well, let's just drop these here, since the Scuzzers are going to be passing by there. Wait, where are you going? You go over there. Get to it, you're right beside it, you fools. There we go. Alright.
I apologize for tearing you from your presumably vital work, but an emergency message is arriving via the comm sensor channels.
Oh, this'll be good. Well, I suspect we're gonna have to build a medical facility soon. Diplomatic VIP, yep. Oh, Val! Wanna give me some hard plans for a medical facility there? I would appreciate it, sir. There he is. They also have to pay a good chunk of energy just to get in the station, which is always nice.
You know, we could cure that ailing diplomat if only we had a sick bay. What course of action should we take?
Ooh, that's a tough one, man. I don't know.
Clearly a supervisor of great ability. I have something you might like. I never offer this to anyone else, but I have a nearly new sick bay. It's yours if you want it.
Nearly new?
Never thought I'd sell it, as it was a gift from 4 of my mothers. But I like your face, so it's yours.
Why do you have 4
more interested?
Okay. And I don't. Do I want to know what a used sickbay means? I'm not sure if I do. Alright, I guess we gotta draw this out, eh? This might be an issue here. We're, a little crunched again for space. Yeah, this might be a thing here. Shoot. Have I overbuilt? Can I open another facility? No, I can't. Oh dear. Okay. Yeah, this is problematic. Okay. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna take this, because I believe we can destroy a facility, right? Yes, we can. Oh, yes, we can repack it. That's right. You never have to destroy anything. You can just repack it and move it. Modern recycling technology. Alright, so let's drop the sick bay. Let's drop this here. This should be enough room, yeah? Yes. Alright. So what do we need? We need a door. Diagnostic unit? Oh, I see. Oh, yes, and this has 2 ways in. That's right. And there's lamps, clocks, and a waiting couch. We should probably put a waiting couch here, eh? Yeah, let's do that. And, just because we don't want people to be bored, let's put in an image lamp and a clock so they can be just 100% sure of how long they're waiting to get in, because everyone loves ER waiting times, don't you know? Alright. Hey, Scuzzers, stop fixing the toilets and build me a sick bay, would yous? See, this is the important thing. Facilities can get into disrepair and get dirty if you don't have your Scuzzers wandering around cleaning them up sometimes. So it can actually get pretty important to let your Scuzzers sort of wander about and do their thing. And here we go.
We have a sick bay. Now we need a grey alien to operate.
Grey alien, okay.
Find one and hire him immediately. There's no time to lose if we're to save the ailing diplomat.
Grey aliens know how to do medical procedures. Tja, tja, tja. That's, rather fitting, isn't it? Hey, what's up, diplomat? Oh, you don't look in good spirits at all. Zenonez. Oof. Well, don't worry. We got you sorted here. We just built ourselves a brand new hospital. Oh, you're gonna get... Oh, now you got your purple mold all over that chair. Now you're gonna have to replace that chair. That kind of looks like an old school scale that he's standing on there, doesn't it? I don't know. Okay. Oh, I would kind of want a floating computer. That'd be pretty awesome. It's a whole old school keyboard he's got on there too.
Good news from the sick bay supervisor.
Hooray!
The arrived on the Zedham shuttle standby has made a full recovery. Apparently he drank some bad mucus wine. You, it seems, ought to be congratulated on your handling of this delicate incident.
Well, there we go, guys. So that's the first mission down. So, gives you a little idea of what we're in for here. So, as you can see, there can be a lot to manage pretty quick. So, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, I guess. We're going to come back next time and dive into mission 2. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. As usual, if you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a great deal. And, well, I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.